for yourself, just call it Enquest.
I'm trying to capture.
Enquest.
Yes, any name will do.
Okay, sorry, go model designer, new
Yes.
new, put my name, whatever lah.
Yeah.
MD. Okay, save. Cool. Then
Okay.
Can? Alright.
okay,
So
okay.
we want to load on rescue file document.
Okay, what is rescue file actually?
Okay. So rescue file, it's like imagine like a rescue file is everything that you save into a format. They include the grids, the horizons, faults.
Okay, so me as an RE, so I need to talk to my geo. I need a rescue file.
How do you get a simulation static model before you initialize?
Just get the pattern model.
Create a project.
Yes.
So there's two. I mean, because rescue file is a common convention way that migrates
Rescue
from
file
one
is an
platform to
industry
another.
format
Yeah.
Okay.
between multiple software, Petrel,
Sure.
Yeah.
a lot of software.
Okay, so from Petrel, say we're using Petrel GeoNG to build our static model. So we need to export every properties ke? How? What sort of?
Very simple. Go to Petrel,
Mhm.
right click, export, rescue. I'm sure the GNG they will know
So
it.
it's just one file.
Just one button.
Which
Okay.
contains all the information.
Yeah.
Okay,
It contain all the information except Belllock.
except one log.
Yeah.
But then if they have multiple realization, multiple model, you know Petrel how Petrel
Yes,
set up,
yes,
right?
yes,
so you
yes,
have
yes.
this version, and that version.
So
Then
probably one rescue will have one model.
okay. So
Probably.
basically, say I have
Sure.
for this, I open this Petrel model,
Mhm.
geological model.
Mhm.
So there's only one project, one static model completed. I click
Mhm.
export. There's only one file of rescue file. That's it.
Yes.
So it's not split into multiple rescue file. No, just
no.
one file. So
One
that file
file.
consists of the GNG static properties,
Yes.
grid
Correct.
properties, and everything.
That's
For
all.
Everything that you need.
Okay.
Static model on part of static
Okay.
model.
Cool.
I think probably even the geology.
It's like a
model,
.data file, but GNG side.
Static side, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have any dynamic information.
Yes, it's like a .data file, but
Correct.
the static file.
So you see lah. I mean, we're opening a rescue file now. We can see what's already inside.
Okay,
We can
so
go to
open,
document.
import data from rescue files.
That's right.
So I go to.
So go to the folder called rescue to simulation.
Yep.
Okay, go open KZ rescue 4
KZ rescue file.
and yeah, rescue 4.bin.
So the file name .bin lah.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is, you will see this window. Basically, your rescue file contain all this information that cover from well properties to horizons.
Sure.
Okay, and then there's no fault here. So we are going to import all of them, and we don't have to change anything in the unit side because it's automatically detect.
Okay. Just click OK.
Yeah.
I think probably when you export the rescue, you can choose what are the things you can put in the rescue file and which model to actually do in the rescue file.
If not,
Yeah,
by
because here you got this Poro P90,
Yes,
P10,
yes.
right?
by default, it will export everything.
Okay. Say if you import first, then you want to amend. Can you re-import and then it will automatically replace?
If you want to amend existing properties that already import, right?
Yeah.
You can amend it here easily.
Okay.
Or if you want to amend it in Petrel, like you amend, then you only save into rescue, then only import.
Okay.
Because if you just want to change the properties, right, you can easily do that here as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first thing, we want to export the model in field unit, right?
Sure.
TNav by default is always metric because it follows the Russian standard.
Sure.
So go to settings, output unit change to field.
Cool.
So you have your field. Okay.
So that, but that one is the static or dynamic conditions?
Dynamic.
Dynamic. But then the property for static remain in matrix.
Whatever you import, let's say whatever you
Because we
is
import in matrix, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you import is metric, right? When you set field,
It will
all
convert.
of this will be converted to field.
Oh, it converted, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It will convert with the value as well.
Because in Petrel, you know,
Mhm.
you can have mix.
Yeah, correct.
Static can be matrix, but
Correct.
dynamic can be
Yes, here is flexible lah.
Sure.
If you want everything output as field, then field.
Okay.
So before we jump into the properties, right? We want to QC what are the things that the GNG gave us. So basically, we are missing perm Z. So what we can do is we can easily create a property
Sure.
here. So right click at the properties tab, create. You can call it perm Z or any name will do. It doesn't have to be followed exactly
Sure.
perm Z.
That use synonym tu apa?
Sorry, use synonym. Oh, okay. You see, yeah. So what happened if this one is like the keywords. If the name I don't want it to follow this one, I can just convert it to Z.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, something like this. Alright.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So right click at your perm X, perm Z, sorry. Show calculation. So this show calculation, alternatively, you can always refer it to the hammer. So it's the same options. If you right click show calculation, it will show the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, the hammer show indicate construction. Sorry, indicate constructions. So here, let's say we want to insert the values for perm Z according to my perm X. Go to calculator. I can say perm X divided by 10. Yeah.
Oh, multiply by
Yes.
0.1.
Yes. Alternatively, if I don't know the short form, right? This is a library.
Yeah, exactly.
I can just double click at perm X, and then I can say multiply by 0.01 example.
So, okay.
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Apply. Okay.
Okay.
So
Just how the perm X divide by 10, then
up to you.
click
Apply.
But this one is linked to like this. Then how you will link to perm Z? You need to click perm Z here. Oh, click here Oh, okay. Got it. Then click apply. Okay.
Yeah. Take a look at the 3D map.
Oh, okay.
You switch to 3D tab. So you see some ugly colors on top. That's because of overlaying with horizon. Right?
Okay.
So what we want to do is we uncheck horizons. You can uncheck your horizons here.
Okay.
So for information, geometry object. So this is all the object, properties, context, everything is here. Setting is visualization setting. Basically, you want to change the way you look at the model, you do it here.
Okay.
Here you don't change any property, you just change color and everything else. So these are all the predefined window.
Sure.
So I'll show some of the through here. So right now,
But this rescue doesn't have well logs, right?
it doesn't have well loss, but
Are
you
we going
can-
to?
you can import it externally.
Okay.
So let's say I want to import a well log, I can easily go to log and I open up the hammer again. Then I can say
Or
import.
hammer, or you need to just
Yeah.
click log and then click
Yeah.
hammer.
Click
Okay.
log, click hammer.
Sure.
So whenever I want to do something to some object, right? For example, markers, I can click marker, click hammer.
So basically, anything that you want to do on this object, you just click hammer lah.
Correct. Yes.
Hammer is like edit things.
Edit.
Yeah, hammer is like everything.
Edit, import.
Yeah,
Hammer.
fix it.
Import. Okay.
No, okay. So right now, right, we want to create another property.
So log. So basically, just now log we just import last format. So it will automatically read lah.
It will automatically read. Yeah. But your well name must be the same.
Same as what we load in the
Side.
rescue.
In the rescue, yes.
Okay.
So right now, I have the well here. I can actually see the well. Actually, the well name is there, but it's all the way to the top. So right now,
Sure.
we go to settings, well. We can move the well name that to lower a bit. Move by moving the slider.
Just a quick thing. The second one on the settings tab, which you see on the second one, is for all the visualization settings. This
Oh,
This
in the
one.
middle that one.
Yeah, this one is all the visualization, right? All for the different type of visualization. For wells, faults, logs, grades, everything.
Oh.
I already explained it,
Oh.
isn't it?
Yeah, already.
Okay.
Already explained.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so we want to create another properties called enum.
Okay.
So we can add a condition. Again, go to properties, right click, create. I'm just going to call it egnum.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, open up your hammer. So I'm going to say give a condition with porosity. So I put if bracket.
Okay, those I don't know what this term mean. The if whatever it is. That one you have to type lah.
You can only type also. There's a library.
Okay.
So you can go for operation. If
okay. Sometimes
yeah, you don't know the format, right?
yeah lah.
So if my porosity is less than 0.01,
Okay.
make it 0, otherwise 1. So I know when my porosity is less than that condition, I'll assign it at
Inactive.
0
Okay.
and apply.
Sometimes you create multiple conditions, right? Say now you create if grid poro equal to less than 1 equal to 0 else 1. But then can you override with another conditions? Say if perm less than 5 equal to 0 else egnum.
Okay. You want to combine them together,
Correct.
so you can easily use OR. OR is a straight line like this. Or perm x is less than 0.1, for example, and apply. So this egnum is combining two conditions.
Okay. Or the one that I mentioned just now is say you create different conditions here. Say whatever depth or whatever. These are the conditions. 0 and this one equal to egnum.
Can
also, right?
also.
Okay.
Just change the one to egnum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you create the egnum condition first lah.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can create more than one properties actually.
Okay.
Imagine if you have multiple egnum realizations.
Yes.
Egnum 1, egnum 2, egnum 3.
Correct.
Can, right? Okay. So
Correct.
right now we want to do a filter. Again, go back to our visualization settings.
Yep.
So click on the main grid. So right now, as you can see, compared to simulation grid, we have quite a numbers of filtering options here. We can filter by IGK properties, discrete property. So we want to hide all the egnum 0. Go to properties filter. You see a tiny gear next to it. Click on that.
Hold on. Ada
Okay.
tepi Oh, ada.
there's a small
my
gearbox.
window too small.
Yeah.
Okay.
So click on the egnum. So right now I want to change, instead of showing 0 to 1, I want to show only 1.
1.
I can easily change the mean to
1.
any value smaller than 0.
Oh,
So
is it?
1.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You can also 1 lah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So once I put 1, I close. Now I can see my egnum 1.
Okay. And you can do also multiple filter lah.
Multiple filter, yes.
Come on. You also can.
Multiple properties filter, multiple IJK with properties filter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so right now, right, let's take a look at the fit num. Alright, fit num, I don't know what's the value, I can only see the colors. So I want to see the palettes. So click on show palettes here. Under main grid, show palettes.
Okay.
So one different thing here you can do in ModelDesigner, you can show discrete palettes. Instead of showing the values, you can show the name. Imagine you have like 30 regions.
Right.
You can show. So how to do that?
Yep.
You can easily create a template under object settings.
Okay, I need to do this.
Right click fit num, object settings, and you see 3 dots next to it, right?
Yep.
Click on that. Okay. So here is all the existing templates. So in the folder that I gave you, I already have the templates. So basically, if I don't have template, I can easily click on the plus sign here.
So basically, this is the available templates lah.
Available templates.
But FitNum is not available.
Fit num is you have to define a template, otherwise you show just numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just add.
So you can add,
Okay.
and you go change from continuous to discrete.
Continuous to discrete palette. Yep.
Okay, go switch to palette set. Here is where you can define what number stand for
What?
what colors and values.
Okay. But then, how do they know this template is for flip now? Is it later, like the next process?
Normally the GMG side, they already define a certain like.
No, I mean that how it ties to flip now. So we just create template, then we'll be the next process lah. We just create template first.
We create template first.
Okay, alright, cool.
So for now,
to come out with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, double click on the values. Double click on the empty.
Double click on the value.
Double click on the type and space. You find.
Nothing.
Can. Okay.
And on here.
So what name should we have? Should I put here? So we got 4, right?
Just to show you, right? So right now, I already have a template. Actually, you just need to import it.
Okay.
So
how to import?
click on this button. Away from farm.
Okay.
You can create on your own, or you can import if you have existing template. You can always import.
Okay.
So import can. Okay, so farm, you can just skip that for now.
Skip that one first.
Because at the end of the day, I just want to show you whether we can create it, but we can just easily import it. Click on the import. Go to the rescue to simulation folder. Okay, I already have 2 templates here.
Rescue 4.
TTE.
Oh, sorry. Which one? Oh, .tte. Okay.
Yes. Just import those 2. Open. So I already have discrete DIY, segment DIY.
Right.
Yeah, I can easily change the name here.
How do you create this?
Just now that one.
No, how do you create this template?
How do I random?
Random.
Random names.
No, I mean
it's up to you.
those the .tte. How do you create that?
Oh, very easy. Once I created here,
Export.
I export it.
Okay. But then if you don't have it, then basically
Yes.
you have to start from scratch lah.
You have to start from
Right.
scratch lah.
Okay.
You have to start from scratch.
Import.
Okay, so you can close it, and from the templates here, choose discrete DIY.
Apply.
Okay, and apply. Okay.
Ini
So-
siapa punya nama ni?
Ini last week punya Petronas training. Yeah, I changed it to your name already. Okay, so you can see the color change. If you don't see any color change to your model, you just switch from one properties to another.
Yeah, sometimes
you cannot update.
yeah, correct.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes time. I don't know. It just like stuck in the RAM
Yes.
or you know.
You just switch from one properties to another, then you should be able to see this.
Now we can go to the template here.
Cool.
And select the one which we just imported.
So you still in touch with Waraman?
Siapa?
Waraman? In touch lagi?
Raman.
Ah.
Tak jumpa ke? Kat IPC, dia sakit.
Ya sudah
It
okay
is
dah
similar
kan?
like pattern
I think should
template
have
lah.
been.
Similar to pattern template where you can create
Yeah,
and all.
templates ya.
Lama tak jumpa dia.
IPC tak pakai ke?
Huh?
IPC tak ada template?
Siapa?
IPC ada tidak kan?
IPC ada? Tak ada berapa? Satu license je. One set of license for semua. Maybe they will add lah sebab Raman is there.
Yeah, what's the bar mean?
This one bar, the number of cells belong to that Vietnam categories.
That means that one is more than
Yes, so you have more upside than.
So the value
more of them than farm.
so this what the statistics box can show.
Yes, so you can go to
Property
property
statistics.
statistic. Yeah, basically I wouldn't want to like show this one first. So basically after this one, I want to do cross plot.
Okay.
Cross plot by different Vietnam regions. I want to see how many. Okay, so let's say go to cross plot window. Done already this one, right?
Done.
No, but my one different color or is it?
You just
Or
need to
just
switch
go
from one
to
another.
any property and then you go back.
Oh, okay.
Dia belum serapan lagi.
Oh, okay.
Cross plot.
Cross plot.
Okay, let's plot Poro versus Perm.
Mm.
So x-axis choose Perm X.
Okay.
Y-axis choose Poro. Okay, then you can see this kind of doesn't seem like there's any correlations between those two parameters.
Yep.
Okay, you can just hold and draw a rectangle box to zoom it in. So right now I want it to color. Okay, I want to minimize the cells because it look too ugly.
Okay.
You can go to properties.
Okay.
Graph icon. I'm going to change it to any shapes that you like. Diamonds. and minimize the line width to 2. So I get a better visualizations. Okay, nah?
Okay.
Alright, then the next thing we want to color it by different graph color based on my FitNav.
Okay.
So go to graphs color, choose palettes, choose FitNav,
Okay.
and click on show palettes. There you have it.
Okay.
So you don't have to do cross-plot in Excel or yeah, we can actually do it here. Even if you import existing model
So
from
the
data file, you can
FitNav,
also do it here.
is based on
Yeah,
poro lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poro perm, yes.
Based on poro actually.
Based on poro.
Based on poro condition, yes.
Yeah.
So the next thing, let's say I do not want to see all of this. I can do filter as well. Filter, properties filter. I want to hide at num 0, so I can easily do that by select 1 to 1, minimum set to 1. Okay, same goes to my FitNav. I only want to see FitNav region from 2 onwards. So as you can see, we can actually do multiple filter in one go. So close it. Okay, not very obvious. Maybe I make it to 3. Yeah. Then I can only see 2 different colors.
Okay.
And if you notice, right, there's a graphic filter here.
Where?
If you,
Okay.
Yeah.
The umbrella ni.
Yeah. Basically, before that, click on the statistic box. So here it shows. You can find the statistic box on the top right, left corner. So basically, you can see a correlation coefficient values based on the current data that you have. And this is the number of entries, number of cells that you have. So right now, let's say I only want to see certain porosity regions. Instead of changing the scale or do some filtering, I can draw a polygon to show the statistic box within that
Okay.
polygon. So click on the graphic filter.
Okay.
Okay, go for this freeform selection like a polygon. Okay, I can
Graphic
eas-
filter is the one that color,
This one.
right? Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah, the third button on your right hand side.
So it's curve / filter lah, right? Yeah, I'm looking for
Yes.
graphic filter.
Yeah, so you can actually draw it. So right now, choose on these freeform selections. I want to draw a random shapes here. So basically, I can just hold. Don't
Oh, whole ah.
hold. Okay, hold and draw. And make sure it closes the loop. And you have something like this.
Okay.
So right now, pay attention to the statistic box. Once I click on this button,
It change ah.
so it shows the values
Only.
within that boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to revert outside of the boundary.
Yeah. If you want to revert, click on this button. There you have it.
Which button?
This
Okay.
inverts button.
Inverse button. All right.
So if you want to get rid of that, just delete the selections.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm just going to reverse everything back to default.
Good.
Okay. Done, right? Okay. Now we go to histogram before we do initialization.
So how to reset just property filter take off
just take
to
off.
reset all these filter we
Yeah,
just
for now, yeah, for it, you can just uncheck this one.
yeah, uncheck that one
Yeah.
Okay. The circle filter lah. How to
Get rid of the circles.
ah
Okay, come back here and click on the cross.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And this is very powerful, especially if you want to do outliers and all these things which you don't want to know.
If you know the value lah, if you know the value of doing that things lah.
Yeah.
For example, I only want to see what is my porosity between here to here, here to here. Then I can, instead of doing a filter, right?
Yeah.
Use some time, I just draw a box like this. Then
Sure.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, now we go to histogram. So as you can see, the GNG gave us multiple realization of porosity. So one quick way to compare it is we can do it in 3D. So let's see how I show it. In the window here, I can have multiple 3D window. this is something that in simulation GUI cannot be done.
Okay.
So you see a mini plus sign next to, click on that, click on the 3D.
Okay.
So I hold on this 3D, hold on it, move to the right hand side.
Okay.
So on this 3D one, I want to see
Oh,
P90,
okay.
and over this side, I want to see porosity P10.
Oh, this one is good.
So right now, as you can see, it's flattened, right?
Yeah.
So what we can do, right click, adjust size. Right click, properties, poro P90, adjust size.
Oh, okay. So now basically this window is individually controls because
Correct.
this one I filter out the wells, so this one still got wells.
Yes,
so
correct.
Oh, okay.
They are independent. Yeah. So as you can see, this one I still have my action
So how
open.
you can have many 3D windows if you want.
Yes, many. So far I've opened 4 lah. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. I have never opened more than that. You can challenge the
This one easy to display properties, huh?
Yeah. So that's
But
one.
okay, say I have 4 windows in one, so 4 3D in one windows. Is there a way to quickly capture and paste it in PowerPoint instead?
Let me try the camera button here.
Is it just one by one based on that window?
We have a powerful tool called snipping tool.
Yeah, that's what we've been using lah. Okay, cool. I think this one is good.
Okay, so another way to do a quick comparison between different realization is we go into crossplot. Histogram.
Okay.
Histogram. So right now I don't want to see multiple window. It's so small. I can easily either cross it or I just move this back to the main tab.
Ah, okay.
And I go back to Instagram like this. So histogram, I want to compare all 3 poro. I just need to check on 3 boxes. Poro P90, poro P10. So as you can see, maybe it's not very clear. So what I can do, this is actually Agnam 0. I can go to filter, property filter, I filter off my Agnam gain. 1. Then come back to
Okay.
then come back to generals. I change my bins to, let's say, 50, so that I can see a better distributions.
Okay.
Okay. In terms of the color, I can change it under data. Maybe I want to change one of the color, which is poro, so that I can, because there's 2 color that is very close to each other. Maybe just put different color. Okay. All right. So I can see my P90. Yeah, they have a lower porosity. My P10 higher, and somewhere in the middle, which is my poro.
And this histogram also you can have multiple window, similar like the 3D.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can have prosty, you can have perm, you can
Yes,
have
yes.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So next thing is we go under visualizations. So how in terms of how do we zoom in, same thing. We just need to draw a rectangle box. So right now I want to see.
Busy cannot join. I think he tied up with something.
Okay, no problem. So right now let's say I want to see velocity distribution between 0.28 to 0.32. I can easily draw a box like this. And there I have it. Okay, once you have zoomed in, show bar labels. Visualization, show bar labels. So this is actually showing the number of cells that belong to that categories.
So this one got 2 decimal point.
2 decimal point.
So cannot change, huh?
Unlikely.
Okay, because you
I
got
think so.
property, you got prosty, you have 2 decimal
Yes,
point.
correct. I think cannot change.
Okay.
Something in the templates?
So I want to see percentage instead of the number of cells.
Okay, how to outzoom? Just double
Outzoom.
click. Oh,
Left and
no,
right
already.
together.
Yeah.
Like how simulation
Like
does.
simulation does lah. Okay, cool.
So come come back to here. I want to see percentage on top of each bar scale. So basically, I can do that under general. Sorry, not general. I do that under.
General ada show value and percentage.
Yeah, correct. Overlap percentage. Yeah.
Okay.
So as you can see, if I put 50 bins, right, that means each bins is representing paucity of 0.02, right? Unless I put it to bins of hundreds, then each bin representing 0.01. Okay, so that's all. Anything you want to add? Okay, so right now we go into the main thing, which is the properties, how to load properties, fluid properties.
So this is all about more on the interface, 2D window, 3D window, we have cross-section, histogram, multiple visualizations.
So basically what we covered just now is basically just on the introductions. I mean, what we can see, or what we want to QC, and before we even initialize the model. So right now we go into initializations. The initialization normally we divide into two main steps, which is input the properties and input the well data.
Can I have a 2-minute break?
Sure, take a minute. Yeah, need to click save this time.
Yeah, I need to click save. Okay.
Yeah, because this one is different from simulation. There's no auto save. Yeah, because simulation, you just run simulation, the result is already there, right? Yeah.
Question. The cross section. The cross section, for example, 4 and 4 whatever.
Cross plot.
Sorry, in the cross plot, when you see something like you can do a freeform, right? How to remove this one?
Okay, click on the cross sign. Again.
And this can be used in the histogram or something else.
Draw a polygon also.
Yeah, polygon. You guys have built that in histogram.
I haven't tried that. I haven't explored that deep yet.
And use that in 3D as a filter?
Can. You have a create filter property here.
Okay.
You have a create filter property here.
So if this can be done, it is really powerful.
Okay.
Very powerful.
Okay, let's continue.
Yep.
Right, so right now is the main thing, input properties. So we go from geometry object into fluid properties tab.
Okay.
Okay, basically these are the four main things that we need in order to initialize a model. Of course, if you need more things,
Why they call it fluid properties, but inside they got KR.
Yeah, it's actually should call it properties.
Property
fluid properties. That's why I didn't mention the fluid. Yeah. So if you want,
fluid properties probably, right?
Yeah, just call it properties is enough. Yeah. So of course, let's say in the future you need more properties in your model. Definitely, you can go search for it under model more properties. For example, J function, you can find it under KRP. Anything to do with URL, you can find it here. So basically, what is shown here is the basic that you must have.
Okay.
So go to RP, real relative permeability. Okay, you see a default curve. We are not going to use this one.
Okay.
Right? We want to override with what we already have. So for example, if your field already have a table SWOF, we can easily import that by going into an arrow going down right on the top. Right.
Now this icon had changed.
Okay.
If you notice that.
Yeah.
The import and export icon had changed.
Yes. So
And you cannot simply change the value here, like you have to convert. Huh?
can later I'll
You can-
show.
you can-
I have to convert to.
Can.
Oh,
You
okay.
can do that.
That will be shown under second part of the training.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Import properties from E1, E3.
Mm-hmm.
So click on the three dot to import.
Yep.
So go back to your rescue to simulation folder. Okay, you will see a file that calls
Scal
underscore new data.
Okay.
So maybe before we import is maybe we want to right click and have look what's inside. So you have SWN and FJOF for 5 regions.
Sure.
Okay, so close it, and I'm just going to click on that and open. So be careful before you click on the app. You would have to specify how many regions that you want to import. If it's region 1, it will only read the first one.
Oh, okay.
I want to import all 5 of them.
So this one, it will create the not FibNum. What's that?
No, it will not create a system. It will just import the tables.
You just
PBT
import
num.
it. No.
It's
No?
SatNum. It's SatNum.
Yeah,
Set
set
num,
num.
But it works differently like this. Just now in the geometry object, we
Right.
have 4 set num, right?
Sure.
Here we import 5. So what happened later on? Before we export simulation case, we definitely have to go to the last step.
Oh,
which
I
is
didn't notice that. When we import the rescue, it already have setNum.
already have set num.
If you don't have setNum, then
You
how?
can create a set num.
We can
Okay.
create
Yeah.
a basic-
Like create properties lah.
Yeah,
Normal
create
create properties.
Yeah,
lah.
that will
Okay.
be covered in the second part training.
Sure.
Also. Create
Okay.
regions. Okay, so right now we want to import 5 region and clear table. This one is quite, I would say it's quite important because we want it to be like 5 region here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
If you don't click this right, it will keep the existing dummy one.
Mhm.
Then it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already.
Sure.
So I want to override that so that I just click on clear table and add. So I get a nice 5 RP curve here.
Okay.
Something worth mentioning here is cannot be done in the simulation GUI if you can have multiple curves at one go.
Okay.
You can quickly compare different curves.
Mm.
Alright, as many curves as you want. Okay, alright. We are not going to make any changes to the RP here.
Okay.
So now we go to PBT tab. So
Okay.
click on the PBT.
Mm-hmm.
So again, all of these properties come with a default kind of setting.
Sure.
We do not want to use that.
Mm.
So right now, click on this button.
Mm.
So basically, launch PBT Designer. We are doing PBT modeling in
Mm.
another module, but which is integrated into Model Designer.
PBT designer, do you have license or not?
PBT Designer is a complementary license.
Oh, complementary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have Model Designer, you have PVT Designer and PFP Designer, which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
complementary.
So just to avoid confusion, so that's why we normally just say PBT is inside Model Designer.
Okay.
Yeah, you get
But-
Model Designer, you
but-
get everything.
Okay, because this one you can only do in model designer lah, right?
Yes.
So because in
You
the
can
normal
launch it.
simulation you cannot do this one.
And can also, if you look at the main GUI, right,
Mhm.
you have PBT Designer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so click on that PBT Designer black oil button.
Mm-hmm.
So just a quick introductions, very quick one. Conditional variant is where you can do EOS.
Cool.
Black oil variant is where you can do correlations
Mhm.
based on correlations such as standing, and we have 5 to 6 different correlations. So right now, the easiest way is we already have a table, existing table. We
Mhm.
want to import them. So click on this icon on your top left.
Mm-hmm.
Import from file. Black oil variant.
Okay.
So click on the triple dots. We want to import PVT underscore sensor field.
Sensor field.
Yeah, I took this from Petronas, so I have to change it otherwise. So PVT sensor field, I can just double click on that. So as you can see, I have a raw PVTW, PVTO.
All the
Yeah.
PVT keywords are there.
Yeah, all the PVT.
Can you
keywords are there.
edit here? No.
Huh?
Can you edit here?
Can.
Oh, can edit so
Can edit.
inside this box.
In
No,
not
no,
inside
not
this
Ah,
box.
okay.
Once you import it, then you
Ah.
can edit it. lah.
Yes. So we only have one PVT table, so just remain number of region is 1.
Yep.
Add black oil region. So as you can see, I have water, oil, and gas, so we can have load. My oil, I want to see the curve, I just hold them and highlight them together.
Too much. Just
Yes.
maybe just show the colors on
Okay. Same goes to the gas tap. You can, this is your curve. So right now, we are still in PVT Designer. So how do we go back?
I just want to add. So PVT Designer is not just limited to your black-white correlation. You can import it. One of the things we already did it because we don't want to waste too much time. Take too much time there. But if you have something like experimental data or something from the PVT and you want to fit a correlation, you can use this PVT Designer. Second thing, if you have a composition, you want the equation of state modeling and all this thing, Robinson, SRK, equation of state, and do a regression, everything, you can do it in PVT Designer as well. And it is integrated with the model designer. Yeah, that's it. Probably we can, if you are interested, PVT Designer itself is a kind of a, we can invest on the time, like, sit down to understand if you are, if it's something.
Okay, so going from this back to model designer is very simple. Don't have to save, don't have to click anything.
But make sure you click the right
close button.
Variant, right, choose the right.
Yeah, I know, but no worry, both will be import.
Okay.
Pen ready, right?
So just close it. Just
Like
close.
a magic, right?
Just close.
Just close it, and it's there already.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, so you have variant 1 and PVT. Variant 1 is just like the default. You can leave it there.
Yep.
If you don't need it, you can just delete it or you can just leave it there. Alright. So
Because you open the black oil PBT things inside the model designer.
Correct.
Right? If you do it independently, then you have to export.
correct. Yes. So here you see oil, gas, and water again.
Yep.
Of course, we cannot edit here because all the editing options go inside the PVT Designer.
Sure.
So next thing is initial conditions.
Okay.
Right. Again, there is always a default values. We don't want to use that. So this time, instead of having the equal keywords, right, I have it in the Excel sheets. So go back to your folder, rescue the simulation folder. So I just want to show the different flexibility of doing import. So just now we import it using a file, right? This time we are using copy paste. So look for initial condition .text. Right click and just have a look what's inside. So basically very simple. I have a north region and a south region, and these are all the data I have. I can easily bring this in. Control C from here to here onwards. Control C.
Okay.
Go back to here and Control V.
Okay.
So, and then I'm just going to rename it to North. Just double click to rename.
Okay.
And I will create another one called Soft. Again, I just copy paste my Soft. Okay, Soft, copy paste and paste it here. Yeah, for example, if you have an initial condition in your spreadsheet, right, you can easily copy paste instead of arrange it nicely in standard formats.
Yeah.
So done. Go to done.
Not yet.
Okay, take your time.
So how to save?
After click save, tadi kita save, dia belum save.
Save the icon atas tu.
Ini lain sikit tau. Ini perlu save. Ini perlu save manually. Simulation dia sudah ada results kan. Ini is not result based.
So basically, this thing, we now actually creating the econum properties, right? Like the fluid properties right now, just now, the initial. So we have two north and south. So basically, we create two econum.
Two econum, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So if you look at the geometry object, so what the GNG gave us is, yeah, they have two regions. For Vietnam, but no Satnam. So what happened if no Satnam? Okay, we'll find out later on.
Yeah.
So the last thing, rock compressibility. So again, we go to import. Yeah, the icon is a bit misleading. So E1, E3. Click on the triple dots. Go to the file called again PVT sensor field.
Okay.
So as you can see, right, even though one file contains multiple things, so what I want to import is just a raw compressibility, right? Basically, you want to read this one only.
Yep.
What happened to the rest? So it has intelligence to ignore what is not related. So number region.
But
one,
if even better, we can just when we do import the PVT, it will just read and
Read the raw
automatically
as well, right?
yeah.
Yeah, another suggestion.
Rather than you have multiple,
Yes,
you know,
correct.
because it reside in the same file anyway. Right?
Yes, correct. So clear table, obviously, and add. Okay, done.
Done.
So I would say we are done with properties. Next, we go to the next chapter called the wells data.
So this is the fluid and red pump.
I just want to show a few things here. Basically, yeah, we are done with the first two. On the well data and structure, basically, two things to talk about. Wells data, you import your history and your structure.
Sure.
Strategies is we want to tell the well how it want to be controlled.
Okay.
Then the last thing will be composer.
So
You
strategy
choose
is
what
like
you do.
development strategy lah.
Alright, yeah, development strategies.
Yep.
Define simulation case.
Yep. All these welcome prod, welcome in,
Yeah.
the kind of like keywords lah.
Correct.
Okay.
So as you can see, you go to wells data, you'll see two different tabs. Three different tabs actually. So
Yep.
right now we will import the well history. So click on the import buttons all the way to your right hand side.
Sure. Say if I have a schedule file, can I import it?
Cannot.
Cannot.
The options here is only limited to spreadsheet. This one spreadsheet.
Or you
This
have
one,
like event file.
event file. What is, how event file looks like? Like a
Even
dot
go on
vol.
the structure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dot
Yeah.
vol, yes. Group by
No,
wells.
dot vols and dot ev.
Uh,
Dot ev you have the perf tab, you have the
Ah.
squeeze, date and everything.
yes, it should be because it's exported from OFM.
OFM or
Yes,
you can
can,
export
can.
from Petrel.
That one can. EV
Can,
can.
eh?
EV
EV
and
can.
dot vol can. Yes.
Okay. Got dot vol usually the production.
Yes.
Instead
Dot
of
vol is
production.
production.
EV is more on the event.
Okay. Let me have a look. You can use these options. Group by wells.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now I have a spreadsheet. So just for information, there are 4 different main ways. You don't have to know the third one. Basically, this is shell, this is CMG. So spreadsheet or dot vol for history.
Okay.
One table is spreadsheet, group by well is dot vol. So we can choose. So right now we go with import history one table,
Okay.
add rows.
Okay.
So go to rescue the simulation again. We look for history underscore bearing.
History underscore
Bearing.
brim. Okay.
No more green, so
Okay.
history bearing. Okay, right now.
So this one, this history data, is there a specific format that you have to order? No.
The arrangement, it doesn't matter. If your well is at the fourth column,
So you just
simply
change. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
You can readjust it.
So
But please
right-
follow the in a like a
Yeah, so right
table
now,
format lah.
in my spreadsheet, I have indicated like this, right?
Yep.
So I want to change the one on top.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, well is well, date is date, everything is correct except the last one. It's not injected, it's BHP.
Okay.
So I just change to scroll to the bottom, BHP, bottom hole pressure. And after bottom hole pressure, just change from WEF to skip line, means skip the rest.
There's nothing more after that.
Yeah, in terms of your oil rate, water rate.
Skip lines,
usage- Yeah, skip line. In terms of your.
What difference between skip line and skip?
Skip means you skip one, maybe after that you skip
Okay.
something. Yeah. So in terms of productions, if you have like gas, MSCF, SCF, that doesn't matter, you can still choose the unit in this tab later on.
And you can also include add volume as well lah. Instead of
Yeah.
rate, you can add
You
volume.
can Cumulative, you mean?
Yes.
You can
Cumulative
look at
amount.
the options. There are a lot of options.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, I'm not going to change any of the unit settings. The
Mhm.
date format also is very flexible. If you have dash, no problem. If you
Okay.
have a month, day, year, no problem. You just have to change it here lah. So for now, everything stays default. Okay,
So the word efficiency factor unit is relative, is factor 0 to 1.
0 to 1.
And then days is
Just
just
show
not
the
monthly
units.
production days lah.
Mm-hmm.
You can just also check the unit settings. In the unit settings, you can change all the units if there's
Yes.
some different units and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, your well efficiency factor
Yep.
in terms of days or relatives.
Cool.
You should be able to see this.
Mm-hmm.
So you have oil, water, and pressure.
PHP. Okay.
So once we load the history, we want to load the structure. So go
So
to the
say you
structure.
make a change. You can change here. Okay, you can change there.
Yes.
If you want to amend completely, you can do that as well.
Yeah, and then
You
completely.
can copy paste.
But normally we don't want to amend completely. We want to create another one.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that we have multiple history. So when it comes to strategy, we can choose which one to be read.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you can just,
allocation problems.
so
and
you,
things like that?
you can duplicate lah. You can duplicate.
Duplicate, yes.
Ah,
Okay.
Can show different scenario.
So something useful
Yes,
here.
yes.
Yeah.
For example, we have a history of 2014 until 2000 or 2014 onwards.
Yeah.
No, just
2014 onwards.
Yeah.
For example, if you want to update your history 2015,
Correct.
we don't have to load it from 2014 again.
Yeah.
We create another one. So this one I can say history, then 2015 onwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this one 2015 all the way until 2017, for example. Then when it comes to strategies, then I can say from what date to what date I read this. From what year to what year I read this one.
Okay.
Yes.
But you can also amend the well history, the first one as well. You just reload everything from
Yes.
2014 to 2017 as well. Lah.
Can.
Yeah, just a quick comment. Since Farm commented that you have a lot of allocation issues, right? So if you have multiple wells, multiple zones, you want allocation, different allocation factors. Different allocation factors will give you different history data, right? So you can probably have multiple scenarios of history data based on the allocation factors, and then use them in terms of different strategies.
Derek, I was wondering, do you have features like where you can modify your data,
What data?
like this oil rate or gas injection, for example? Right?
Gas injection.
You just want to
okay.
multiply your gas injection by 5 throughout the year, throughout the
okay.
history.
Let's see if I want to multiply a rates for water rates here.
Yeah.
I think instead of doing that here, there's a better software called Excel. Because I think I can use arithmetic here. No, cannot.
No, because the thing is,
Yeah.
but that thing is quite helpful. Why? Because like I mentioned, we do have allocations,
Yeah.
and typically for gas injection rate,
Okay.
gas measurement is bad. So if you could include that in the history matching
Mhm.
parameters,
Mhm.
right? So because we try to honor the gas injections, sometimes we over allocate.
I
So
see.
if we can cut by factor of 50% or up by another 50% and things like that, I think that will be very, very helpful. Rather than just property, we
I see.
can now manipulate the historical data as well.
You want to manipulate historical data.
Yes.
I see.
We can do that in Excel,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
quite cumbersome. If for us, the 300 strings, 30 years of production, that can be quite tedious lah.
I just couldn't think of a way that we can do it easier compared to Excel lah. Because Excel there's a formula, we cannot even do a formula here.
But in terms of when we import it, probably it's maybe there is a way you can put a multiplication factor, something like this. Probably, if they want.
But that is for the history HM uncertainty features lah, I think. Because when we do that, sometimes okay, I think our gas injection is too much actually. It's unlikely that this reservoir would accept that kind of volume, so
Yes,
we have to cut it by half.
That one can
Then
be
we have to
done.
do it manually lah. Go back to Excel,
Yes.
cut, and then re-import balik.
But your gas injection is forecast, right? It's not
No,
history.
history.
History, I thought you already have existing values that how much you are injecting.
Yeah, but then that one is based on assuming your allocation is true.
Okay.
But we have issue on allocations.
Oh, that means you didn't actually.
Correct. We don't know what are the real numbers.
I see.
Of course, we try to match whatever number that we had. But okay, I think this one tak betul lah. This gauge volume. So we have to adjust it.
Okay.
I will take the suggestion.
Yes, this one have to be a part of suggestion lah. Right. So
Okay.
now structure. Structure is your perforation, tubing, and everything else. So basically, before we go into this one, what I want to show is just import. Okay? What I want to show here is also how to draw the well structure.
Yes, but then you don't have wells. You have
I
locks.
already have a well because well is captured inside rescue.
Correct. But locks.
We don't have locks.
Then how are you going to set your?
Yeah. So basically, I have a properties. For example, I don't have a lock
okay,
here.
you have the grid property already.
So right now I go into this one. Don't have to follow. I just want to show this one. In case you want to do it later on, you go to well sections.
Okay.
Yeah, I can click. Let's say one of the well. I want to see my porosity. Right, just as a guidance for me. Of course, I don't have saturations here.
Sure.
Because, okay. So click on the well structure. Hold this one. Move to different track.
Click on
Hold
well
well
structure.
structure.
Okay.
Move to different track.
Move to different tracks. How you create automatically create the new tracks? Huh? Okay.
Yeah. So you'll see a button edit
Sure.
well structure. Casing, tubing, perforations. Tubing. Let's say I want to say 4, 6. Okay.
How do you come up with that? Well structure window.
Well structure window.
You right click well structure, is it?
No, this one. This button.
Okay, that one. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we add anything to it, I need to have at least one time step.
Sure.
Just make one time steps.
Just click the date.
Yes.
Add one time step.
Correct.
Okay.
So
Close.
I can draw something like this.
See. Okay, you just drag from top.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Tubing. I will change size to 3.25 outer. Inside diameter is 2.
This catalog is available or not available? Add to catalog.
You can add catalog. You can add catalog to it.
Okay, but by default adalah.
The default ada. Yes.
Okay. So tubing.
You can import your catalog from the whatever you have.
Right.
Tubing and casing.
Tubing. What the size you pakai?
Tubing I pakai this one. Okay.
3 to 8.
I just change 3.28 to 2.
Then casing just now berapa?
Casing I go to 6.56 to 3.28. I didn't change anything here.
Why when I click the tubing, the
Mm-hmm.
size is sama?
Yeah, by default it's summer for tubing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we have to change the tubing size. So for perforation, this is the perforation data.
How to delete? Say.
Right click any of the object, delete.
Okay, right click, delete. So click. Okay.
Yeah, and also you can draw your perforations here.
Squeeze. Packer.
And then you may want to set your packer. Okay. So once you have something like this, okay. Okay. So once you have a well structured window like this, and if
How
you,
to edit? Say you do it wrong.
let's say if you want to edit your tubing, you can always adjust it the height in terms of the diameter and your.
But then you have to go outside.
No need. You can edit here.
Okay, edit.
Right click edit.
Okay, this one is tubing. Okay,
Yeah.
inside diameter, make it like outside 3.2, inside say 2.5. Okay.
Okay, so the objective here is I want to show you have a flexibility to actually model your well structure like this. And if you go to wells data, you will see your data sheets.
Okay.
So basically, what is captured inside simulation? Actually, the important one is the perforation interval and your tubing inside diameter, and also your roughness. No. So basically, it's only three informations: your perforation interval, your tubing inside
So
diameter.
it will create the com.md lah.
Yes, com.md. So it's only three data. We don't even need casing, but when it comes to modeling, you need to have all these things.
Sure.
So it's important for the operation people. So right now, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to create another one.
Okay.
I call the well structure table, well structure 2. Any name that you want.
Yeah.
A blank sheet.
Okay.
Okay. So import table.
Okay.
One table.
Okay.
Add rows. So go for completion data mirroring.
Okay.
So don't have to change anything. Yes, you have to change one thing here, which is the radius, the last one, the radius to diameter.
Okay.
So
You can specify the skin.
yes, you can specify the skin multiplier.
What multiplier there?
Your CF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So skin, I'm just going to put skip line. So okay. So basically, it's very simple. Personally, I prefer this, but not this one. But for people who like to draw it nicely, then they want to have like this kind of nice tubing data, then they can go for
So
it.
this is the kind of event file which you are looking for.
Yeah.
We can try to open it.
Yeah, as you can see, the data is very simple. Top curve, bottom curve, diameter, that's all.
Can open the text file,
Okay.
because this is the kind of format for the event file. Yeah, this is the kind of event file, right? Well name, event. So there are multiple events. You can have perf, casing, tubing, whatever things. Squeeze, top diameter, bottom, and this is quite flexible.
Yeah. And arrangement, you don't have to have arrangement because you can easily
date as well.
yeah, we can easily rearrange it inside designers.
So if anything, just maintain this file, update this file, and anytime you can import it.
Okay. Can.
Yeah.
All right. Just click on the save. Alright, so right now all the importing of well data is done. We go into strategies. So strategies is so when it comes to strategies, the first thing is always look for the pencil button. We want to set up a time step first.
Yeah.
Okay, time step. So since our historical table and our well structure table already consists of time step, right? We don't have to recreate a time steps here.
Sure.
We can easily capture. Click on this button. Add steps. So click on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get it just now. I just create this one, right? In order to carry it one time step, I just click on the cross sign. So it's a very short one, so that the simulation run later on. It won't take too long. So 6 months, and click close. Can right?
Okay.
So you should see this starting, ending. In order to see intervals, right click, uncheck these buttons. Okay.
Sorry.
Right click over here.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Uncheck, so that you can see all your time steps. By default, it is hide because we haven't insert any rules yet.
Yep.
Can I?
Yep.
Okay, right now one update we want to do is we go to the well structure. Okay, well structure. Remember just now we have two structure table here, right? We want to make sure that strategies read this but not this, right? Well, read well structure 2 but not the original one. But this is like dummy one, right? Okay, so we want it to read well structure 2. So go to strategies, well structure 2. Yeah, if you go for well structure 1, everything is shut except that particular well.
Okay.
Okay, go to your first time step.
How do you
First time step.
structure two?
Okay.
Yeah, structure two.
Where structure is here.
Yeah, how to select this one? Need to select this one, right?
Yeah.
How to select? How to select this one? Structure too.
Oh, later on we will see now.
This one, select.
You want this?
You go to here. You go to here. No.
This one. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You want to select? Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so right click on your first time step, add new rules. So as you can see, there's lots of new rules here. So I'm going to highlight the important one. For example, if it's a historical well and you already have a historical table, go for create historical well, and we are going to choose these options. Create historical well by table. If it's a forecast well, then you can go for the one with a forecast.
I think it would be great if you can have a filter.
Can you have filter?
Forecast and history.
Filter for what? Filter
Like this one, the development strategy, because in Petrels,
I see.
you have the history
True.
and forecast.
Okay.
But in history, there are very limited ones.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Most of them is
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this is forecast.
I will do. No,
This is
this is
EUR. Yeah. Okay, let's go for historical well control. Okay, let me explain to you a bit. With these options, we are going to assign for all the wells. With this table, we only have one table, right? Remember?
Yep.
Well type, by default, is this one. We stick with this one because detect by rate. When the historical, there is oil productions, automatically that one is producer well. If there's injection, automatically that one is injection well.
Sure.
So the only thing we want to change is control by oil rates.
Okay.
another thing. If you have multiple well production table, you can change that. Select which one to choose. In the well production table.
Yeah. So basically, like let's say, I have a well history at history 2015.
Yeah.
But my well history 2015 is empty, as I can see here. It's nothing. So you can actually choose from here. So this one is quite useful when it comes to you want to update your schedule from and the yearly basis. So of course, go back to history. Oil rate, control by oil rate, and whatever checkbox you see is a lower limit. Lower limit. Bottom pool pressure, up to you. I just going to uncheck that one, so it doesn't have a lower limit. So bottom, if I uncheck this one, then my BHP lower limit is default 14.7. Right? So water injection, gas injection, we don't have to care about it if your model doesn't have injections. If you do, then you just have to choose a control mode and choose a lower limit.
Yep.
Otherwise, just forget it. Okay. So that's all.
The idea that I'm proposing is like if you have the gas injector, right? In our case, controlled by injection rate, and then there are a box there, factor by blah blah blah. That would be cool,
I see. Yeah. Okay. So
because not only for gas injection, sometimes your allocations, right? You have recovery factor of 90%. It's impossible.
recovery
Right.
90%, yes.
Then okay, I have this. I want to control by all rate, but I want to factor it by 50%, so that I can just get half of the allocated volume.
Yeah. Okay. Once you have strategies, right? Before we even export the model, we can already QC our schedule.
So okay, just by clicking those, it's already like creating a strategy already.
Yes.
No need to like add, no need to like save. No. Okay.
So this schedule is
But you
basically
need to save the project.
yeah. You need to click on the main save button lah, just in case.
Mm.
So basically, this schedule is for us quickly QC whether our input in the strategies are correct.
Okay.
Of course, we have a well track. That's TNav default. Well track and ComDMD. We want to see well production. We might consider changing this name because the injection is actually here as well. So maybe you can say production/injections. You have all your W quantities controlled by oil rate with this rate.
Should be like well rates.
Okay.
We got injections, we got productions, right?
Yeah. So everything is W quantities. So the last step, right?
Yeah.
So the last step before we export a case, we go under back to the
Okay,
first
this
cases.
econ limits, drilling, work over things. What is?
Let's say depends whether you have your inputs or not.
Okay.
You don't have
create
another
more
segment.
rules.
You don't have economy limit.
Mhm.
You don't have group limits.
Yep. Okay.
So the last step is always cases. Another name for that is model composer. Means we choose what are the things we want to include to the simulation model. Okay, go to static tab. Here we can choose. Okay, we don't have set num, so what do we do? So we can do it here. So click on insert new. So static. So basically this is like define simulation case.
Okay.
So you go to the main thing that you need, basic grid properties. Okay. So this side, this is all the properties that we have in our model, and this is what we want to export.
Okay.
So click on add num. So active grid block is reading these properties.
Okay.
And you will see this one become port. Porosity. Wait for. So porosity is reading
That one.
this one. So so just do the same for perm x is reading x.
Oh, kena add
Yes.
How do you know? Maksud aku, how do you know that it's already been add?
Just to
You-
on the
you-
back side of the
oh.
window.
You see it?
No, don't close.
What do you mean?
Don't close it. Just, yeah.
Okay. Okay, got.
So perm y, there's no perm y here. I assume save as perm x lah. So
Okay.
same thing. Add perm z follow perm z.
That volume multiplier tak ada.
NTG ada, NTG ikut NTG.
Yeah, basic things lah.
Yeah, basic things lah. Okay. So once you're done, you should have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have 6 for now. So once you're done, you go to region.
Actually, one more thing probably is to highlight is you can, if you want to use for pore volume, minimum pore volume blocks to be active, you can click here, use a constant
Yes,
volume,
you can,
constant property, less than 50 barrels to deactivate, something like that.
There we assign globally lah.
Rather than you don't need to have a 3D property for all of them.
So right now, basic regions. This is crucial because we have more than one region for certain region. So set num. What happens if you don't have set num? We have multiple set num. We have multiple RP. We can always go for the other name. You don't have to necessarily have to. Let's say I want to assign my field num as set num. I can do that. Okay. If I don't put PVT num, everything will be 1.
Okay.
We don't have to do anything. Equilibrium region, okay, it's reading these regions.
So, but then if you have different flip num and set num, you can create in the grid section.
Yes,
In the
correct.
okay.
Yep, that will be shown later. So that's all. Okay. So once you're done, you close it. You should have this.
So this is very similar to define simulation case which you have.
Okay.
So going from static to fluids. Alright. This time they name it. Okay, so they put it fluid. So.
But then currently most of our models are using endpoint scaling.
Endpoint.
We can do that as well.
You should able to.
We have this
You should able to find
initial
endpoint
water
here.
the saturation table endpoint scaling.
Like in search endpoint. Yeah, saturation table endpoint.
I think we have the initial condition. Yeah, this one.
Saturation table endpoint scaling.
Yeah.
critical
We have
gas
this initial
saturation
conditions.
points. A lot of things.
Yeah. All of it should be here lah. These are basics lah.
Yeah.
So it will automatically have this n scale keywords.
Automatically, yeah.
Cool.
Because n scale is under run spec, right? We
Yeah.
don't encourage your user to modify run spec. It's too tedious.
Cool.
Yeah. It should be automatically detect.
Right. So static done. We go to fluid.
Wait. Click on.
Okay, hold on. The in static they got one zones. What is that? Zones.
Unless you have zones. Unless you have you want to do it by different pip num, or something like this. Otherwise, you can just uncheck it.
Okay.
For personally, I haven't tried.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not very
Okay.
important. Go to Fluid tab. RP.
Mm.
Alright, RP, we have 4 region. We have 5 table.
Mm.
So we can only choose 4 lah. So we can choose. We can assign saturation region 1 is region, let's say RP1 table, 2 is 2, or you can mix around. Yeah. So that's why in your fluid properties, even if you have 20 RP, you don't have to use all 20. So all the selection, it comes in for the composer.
Mm. Okay.
So go to PVT, only 1 region, but you still have to select. Make sure you don't select region 1, go for PVT sensor.
Okay.
Okay. Same go for initial. Region 1 is north, region 2 is south. And go for rock as well. So make sure everything turn to black color instead of red words.
Yep. Okay.
Done?
Done.
Okay. No aquifer,
Mm-hmm.
no fault. Schedule, we only have 1 strategy just now. We
Mm.
didn't have multiple strategies, so
Mhm.
we don't change anything here.
Mm-hmm.
So one last thing, remember to click on this button. Just now your question, right? Do we have to modify any run spec section?
Mm.
Add, but no need. Just click on this. It will detect how many tables are there, how many cells are there. It update our run spec. So if you go to run spec section, right? Let's say go for diamonds, okay?
Mm.
Don't make any changes here.
Mm.
It automatically captured by just clicking on this button. It's automatically fill run spec sections by detecting what we already have. So the last thing is, before we export, we want to make sure all our inputs are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Click on the green button. It's like a QC button / open dynamic model
Was that
or / initialization.
in Petra in Eclipse they call it what? The run without the time step?
No sim.
No sim.
No
Yeah.
same, yes.
You must save the project. Yeah.
Specifically by
So once the button turn into red color, okay, your initialization is good. You already can see your in place here.
Oh, but then if green, not good.
If green means you haven't pressed it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you must save
the
first.
green line, how will come out? The green.
This one.
Yeah.
Have you pressed this one?
Yeah, this one. The green one. This one. Yes. No. This one. Yes.
Ah, I got error lah.
You see this?
You got error.
Mm.
Yeah. Now it is select. Already done correct.
Okay, scroll up a bit.
More than the green line.
A bit.
Huh? The green line. The green line.
Oh, green line.
Ah,
green line is
yeah,
here,
by
the
vacuum.
section.
Static.
So
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, RP.
This one click here by click.
Equilibrium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Because you already put 1 region, I saw it.
Hey, this one?
You didn't put 2 region, but it's okay. This is not the issue.
Okay.
Click on this again.
This
The
one?
auto fill.
Mm-hmm.
Reinitialize. Save. It's a bit weird. Schedule. Okay. Okay. Scroll up a bit. This one doesn't mean anything. Scroll up. Okay.
Illegal cube, FIP, any port cube.
Okay. Go to your static. Plus, you add wrongly actually.
Is it?
Yeah, because this keyword you cannot be FIP. You have to be FIP something. Supposingly you should add. I didn't add the FIP. As you can see, I put this one. Equilibrium. Yeah, that's why just now you put north south, right? You can only apply one. That's why you didn't put this one correctly.
Okay, hold on.
So what do you need to do? Delete.
Delete which one? Delete
Yeah.
this one.
Delete. Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Add again. Basic grid properties.
No,
region.
basic
region.
This one.
Basic region.
Nothing come up.
Yep.
equilibrium.
But doesn't matter.
Which one?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Apply.
But why?
Okay, close it.
Right.
Autofill. Initial should be okay already. Yes.
Still have the green line. I click already.
No green line.
Ah.
No green line. That means what is your demons?
That is what is not showing.
Let me see. You might be missing something. But everything okay.
Yeah, already initialized also.
What is demons? Demons should go under
Dimension?
grid dimension. No, not dimension.
It's under grid.
It's under grid, yes. I don't know.
Okay lah.
But
You can run, okay
no
lah.
error, so
Okay lah.
I'm not sure.
error.
Because looks everything okay.
Here. Tekan. No set. Tekan no set.
This
Double
one?
click.
North.
North.
And this
It should be north south lah actually.
This one is north, right?
North and south, yes. North. And the bottom is south. Okay.
Okay.
Autofill.
Why this one is not bold, huh?
Haven't update yet
Both one
maybe.
is south.
Yeah.
It's okay.
This
Looks
one is
weird,
both
Yeah,
south.
this one is north.
This one is north, huh?
Yes. Okay. Autofill. Reload. No. Reload. Yeah. Yes. Reload here means reinitialize.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. So, last step before the next chapter is we want to export this model. Just for information, model designer we can actually run here and also export.
Okay.
So for now, we want to export model, document, export model. So just remember where you save it. Okay, wait, I want to save it somewhere else. Okay, just call any name you want. And press. Okay, the export thing takes depends on the size of model. This kind of model takes 1 second. Size of your model maybe it won't take more than 1 minute. So okay, once you export it, so go back to what you're familiar, simulation.
Hold on. Export model.
Export model.
Choose folder, right?
Yes, choose your folder.
So you created new folder. TNavMD. Select folder. Okay. Okay.
Done. Yeah. So go back to your main GUI. Open up your simulations. Yeah. Open up the data file that you just exported.
Okay.
Okay, your baby is ready.
Or you can run there in the model designer itself as well.
Yeah. Just want to go to toilet, yeah?
Okay.
2 minutes.
So allocation problem is only in injection or production also? So you use a lot of endpoint scaling.
Yeah.
How do you mean, and how do you take that to AHM? Take that to AHM?
Yeah. But we don't. I don't use AHM. Just too big.
Too big.
It's inefficient. If your model running like 10 minutes, that's fine. If you run model running for like 4 hours, 3 hours,
It's long.
it's not sufficient, and it's too big. So typically our adjustment will be more like deterministic approach. You cannot like pinpoint what sort of parameters that you think want to adjust, rather than you just put open-ended like range here and range there. This can be done, but not efficient enough for us.
For your case, no.
Yeah, it's all in case by case basis. If your case is small, running time is like 10 minutes. Yeah, we can do it over the weekend. Monday you get 100 cases done. That easy lah. But for us, no. Some model can, but not my model like this.
It takes a long time to run. 4 hours.
It take a long time to run.
It took a long time for me to find the toilet.
Is it?
Very fast.
Luckily you don't go to level 12. Alright, that's good.
This one can close.
Can close, huh?
Yeah.
Close.
You can save and close, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
So we go back to MD. Or new
MD.
New MD. So we can close the last one.
Can close the last one. Create a new model design project. Core and class.
So
Multiple.
So what we are gonna do now, so first, this is the second part. We are gonna see how we can import if you already have a simulation case. And rather than building it all the way from the scratch, we are gonna import a simulation case which is already there and make some changes and do multiple scenarios and things like that. Right?
Basically I'll cover these 4 modifications. It's 11, okay. So again, go to document. This time we load existing model.
Yep.
Okay. This time go for folder multiple case management.
Okay.
So inside this folder you will find a data file, water flood.
Okay.
So for data file, click on that. Okay.
It's okay, huh?
Yes, just okay. Yes.
So I guess E1, E3 refer to E100, E300.
Yes.
Okay.
So as you can see, right? Okay. There is right now we are at num. So again, go to 3D. We want to have a look at the how the model looks like without inactive cells. So I think you are familiar with like the settings, main grid. Go into properties filter. Just filter off your agnum. If you don't like doing this, you can move the slider up. Checkbox. Then you have it. You can see your porosities and stuff. Okay. So this time round, since we are importing a data file, if you have a look at the properties, everything is already there. You already have RP, PVT, initial, all the properties including your well data is already there. So have a look at the cases, that means your last step just now. So again, you don't even have to do any modification here because in your model composer here, everything is already properly captured from the simulation model. So right now, we can straight away go to initialize the model.
So it's already been
It's already a simulation model.
populated lah.
Yes,
Yeah.
already populated, I
Okay.
can say that. So right now, we want to compare the base case with the modification that we are going to do later on. So right now, we run the base case, we run the model directly inside ModelDesigner so that we can have a quick comparison. So once you have initialized the model, click on the red button. Don't export this time. We just import. We don't want to export again. Just click on the red button to run it. While it's running, you can actually as usual, you can see the change in. So as you can see, this is a static.
So if this model have so all the include file will be pulled into this, right?
Right.
Including the fault and everything.
Everything, yes. All the include file must be pulled.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think in the first pass, you don't show the how to import fault.
How to import fault? No, I didn't show that. Yeah.
Do you have
But-
an example?
But if your static model have fault, right, it will automatically.
But then the property?
Properties for fault, such as your threshold pressure, right?
Correct.
Everything will be.
No,
captured.
the transmissibility.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It will be there.
Yeah, it should be there. Not this one. Yeah, not this
check
one.
in the cases, there is a
Yeah, it's there lah, basically.
it's faults. In the cases, go to the cases. Faults.
Yeah.
Okay. But this one is
This one is
if it's
data
already
file.
there,
Yeah.
right? But if
Rescue
you
file,
create
yes.
rescue file,
Yes. This is like a must thing, right? Even if it's not captured, I mean, if it's not contained.
but I think
inside
the
file, it will
rescue
have-
project that we just did just now doesn't have.
doesn't have faults.
Doesn't have
Yeah.
fault. Because typically even in Petrel or in Eclipse, even in TNav Simulator, we have to export manually
Export your what?
fault.
Fault. Yes.
So we get the fault plane from Petrel
Mhm.
and then attach it manually and then create the transmissibility lah.
Yeah. For now, everything should be at one go lah. Right. So right now, you just for information in your geometry object. Okay, as you can see, after you initialize, you will have another tab called Dynamic Model.
Okay.
Right. So you can have a look at the calculated properties such as your pressure. Okay. Same thing, everything should be updated on the fly. So again, one additional step you might need to pay attention to, you need to uncheck your main grid first. You want to uncheck your static grid, then only you select saturations. You don't want to have two
Overlay.
static and dynamic overlay each other. Yes. So of course, the main thing I want to show is go into the graph sections. Right? Graph section, the last tab. Okay. I already have an existing nice template. You just need to right click here, import templates. Okay, look for
Default.grt.
multiple, yeah, default.grt. Is you have a graph called direct presentations.
Okay.
So yeah. So now mine is done. Yours?
Done.
Done. Okay, because you are using the main PC, so it's fast. Okay. Can.
Can.
So what we can say is maybe not as powerful as Petrel, but for the basic model building, all the basic capabilities is already there.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Now everything is in kind of a workflow kind of, you can follow all the steps.
So which project that using TNav in Petronas?
Petronas is Bayan team.
Bayan.
Bayan team. But if it's whole Malaysia, right, the most active team is Hibiscus. They do aquifer modeling a lot in Designer because they have Morris model kan. Biggest challenge Morris model is one aquifer means one connection.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Morris format. So solution
lot.
run is crazy.
Ah.
10,000 of aquifer. So they have to remodel it, and then they do a benchmark. Okay, the result almost the same. Then go for this model. Yeah.
So who's doing it? Emma.
I may just join Emma. What?
I met them yesterday.
Oh, NPM.
I met them downstairs.
Oh,
They had meeting with NPM yesterday, so I bumped them.
Okay. Basically, we have done step 1 and 2. So these are actually, we are not going to cover all three.
Sure.
Definitely not enough time.
Right.
So just now, this is the question: how to modify API. So each of
That one I
these
know lah.
alphabet, it's each of these alphabet is one case.
Yeah.
So we can quickly see comparisons in model designers. So go to your free properties, RP. Alright, right now, RP1, we don't want to override whatever we have originally.
Sure.
We want to duplicate another one. I'm just going to call it RP1 new. Right? RP1 new.
Okay, mod. Yep.
Okay. RP1 new, I make it to more, let's say, more oil fat. I can hold my shift button and move my curve like this.
So you don't need to tick the box
Tick what box?
this
This
one.
box?
No, atas relative perempuan new tu, you don't have to select that one. You just highlight saja. That one.
This box?
Yeah,
This checkbox.
This one. You don't have to.
Oh, no need text because we are already stamping on it.
So there are two ways usually in any either in model designer or any use, highlight and checkbox. So both of them act as like you have selected that particular property.
Hold on, tak boleh ya?
Hold your shift.
Oh,
Hold your shift and hold your left button
okay.
and move.
Yeah.
Okay, I move both red line and blue line, the RP, water and oil, so it become more oil wet. Okay.
Okay.
Done.
Done.
The next thing, very simple, go to cases. We do not want to override what we have, just run. Just right click, duplicate another one. I'm just going to call it dynamic model RP underscore RP. As you can see, once you created, right, just now we have the red button, it's gone because we are moving from this model to another cases. So the only thing we want to change, we do not have to update the static fluid anything again. We just have to go to fluid, RP, just change saturation region 1 and 2 to the new table, to the new RP, like this. Right. So for in my case, both region I'm using RP1 new.
And then click that one.
Then you can click on. Normally I can just click on this.
Oh, no need to create the.
Auto fill, just quick. I mean, just go for it lah. It's just one button click anyway. Then go for dynamic model initialization, the green button. But
Any problem?
Not enough memory for this model. How come?
Really?
you're using desktop what?
No.
So click run
Yes, click on the red button.
Okay.
Then you can go to graph and see two graphs together. Just hold Control and highlight both and see both together. Yeah, you can see some watercut change already.
Yep.
Open the crashed. Not enough memory.
Your machine You punya machine bukan besar ke bang?
Ada aku punya mesin nama.
Okay, it is there.
Yang lama.
Okay, initialize, yes. Wait, just to make sure you already change.
Yeah.
Already changed, right? Okay. Yep.
Okay.
KRP? Yeah. Then
just
run it.
Just run.
Yeah.
So, if I compare this with simulation GUI, this will be one of the advantage because if you want to compare multiple cases in GUI, you have to have multiple data file. Copy paste, you change in the you change in your prop sections, then you have to load your data, compare back to back. So there's a few more clicks lah. So you can do it at one go in Designer.
Can you also change the perf?
Perf interval can?
Can also
Yes, can.
Can we group the where after we run? Finish the run.
Group hierarchy.
Let's say I want to group 1, 2, 3 as group 1. After we finish the run.
If you want to just want to see the correction, right, you can easily do that like this.
Sum.
Then you can sum it up.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to assign
But then
the name,
the
right,
water cut, the GUR,
assign a group cannot.
not good lah, I think.
water cut GUI is not good because you're combining
Yes.
the water cut.
How do you know how
right,
they
right.
combine it? Yeah.
I think they just sum it
They
up.
just sum it up.
Yeah, they just sum it up.
So the rate is okay. Rate and
Yeah.
volume is okay.
Yes.
But the ratio, the analysis not accurate, I think.
Yeah. So in the graph section, you can also change the unit.
Yeah.
I would
we can
prefer
use the calculator, right?
calculator.
The graph calculator.
Can what?
Yeah. If you want to sum up, for example, GOR, right? You can add the oil rates for 3 hours and then.
Yeah. This maybe I can show a bit later.
Yeah.
Graph calculator. So let's say if I want to see another graph, right, with the use of calculator, that means what is not on it originally have it here. For example, GIGP, right? GIGP. I'm just going to call it. What do I rename this thing? So I can say GIGP equal to gas in maybe I don't have gas. I put WIWP there. Water injection WWI WWPR.
Oh, JGP don't have a
Injection got, but I think don't have the gas
project here
in
lah.
this model.
Yeah.
So water production rate, well water injection rate, WWIR over WWPR. It can be found here.
So you can double click or you have to type.
You either way, you can
Okay.
just choose from the bottom. You can just click on that. Okay. Oops, that's an error.
Because injectors don't have, producers don't have injection.
Okay.
So it is dividing by 0 probably.
But it's possible lah. I mean, with the use of calculator.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have two cases, base case and RP change.
Yep.
We want to try the third case, which is convert to Cori. Go to properties, RP. Okay, this time we are converting to Cori from RP2. So again, don't convert directly, we duplicate first.
Okay.
Once we duplicate, we rename it to RP2 Cori. Okay, just rename it. Any name will do.
Okay.
Okay. Once you're done, right click at this one, to Cori, convert to Cori correlation.
Yep.
So as you can see, we don't have to reinsert the value. These values is being picked based on the curve that we have.
Matching.
Yeah, you try to fit in. So click create Cori keywords. So as you can see, when you want to do history match, it's always more advisable to use Cori exponent as uncertainty instead of using the table itself. So right now, go to cases. Go to cases. Again, we duplicate from the original model. Just call it dynamic model Cori.
Okay.
Okay. Switch to fluid caps. Your RP. So for both of my regions, I'm going to choose Cori for both of them. So this one you have to be careful, because if you use Cori, you have to use it for all the regions. You cannot have like one region for Cori and one region is not Cori.
Oh, but cannot.
Cannot.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you have done it, then initialize.
Okay. Okay.
Japan. That's fast. Farm year one, okay.
Yeah.
Finish already.
Ah.
Oh, that's fast. So you see 3 different curves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next part is local adjustment. This one is a bit interesting. Let me show you one simple slide. Okay. So basically, normally when people want to improve history match, one of the ways is do local adjustment. Some company likes it, some don't. So how do we do it in simulations? This is the typical way. People use region brush to create a regions, but there's limitations. I'll come into that later on. The arithmetic scripting also can be done using arithmetic keywords, but it's also not, I won't say it's very accurate, but it can fulfill the objective. The reason is because it takes time. If you use region brush or arithmetic, it takes time when you want to do it for multiple wells. You have to create regions around the well. Second, it's difficult for debated horizontal well because, well, if you use region brush, vertical well is very simple. It's just, if it's horizontal well, I'm not sure how you want to model it around the well regions, well drainage regions. And also, it's not very engineering because you are estimating based on the block size, the number of grids, not the actual radius. So in ModelDesigner, you have actually a lot of flexibility to create a region around the well. So all you need to do is you specify what is the radius you want to create a region.
But this radius things only in MD, is it?
In MD, there's more flexibility in MD, but in simulation GUI also have these two, but it's more limited.
Okay, I think it would be good if you have these radius things in the GUI.
In GUI,
in GUI you have brush, right?
Yes, you have brush, everything. But in GUI you have something called the wells option as well. But the way it can be done, but
because
not
sometimes
as
you want to calculate the volume within a certain radius of
yes.
Drainage area, whatnot, right?
I think can. Let's see. This one can close. Okay, 23. Let's say user cuts wells. I remember the command. I think it's 23. Let's say. Then right now everything is I reset to 0 first. I put to 1. And extend by 5. Let's say I don't know. Let's do a filter. Let's see if I put 6. Yes, it worked based on the perforation interval. Yes.
So
at the perforation interval.
At
Yes.
the perforation interval.
Yes.
Only lah.
Only. If you want to do it, let me.
That well mass is that well number.
Yes, well number.
Extend selection by.
Yeah. If I put comma, let's see. If I put 24 also, it won't work. There's a few options, like example, cylinder. You choose a central point, then you create a cylinder around that, but it's not by well. Yeah. For by well, I think it's only this option, right?
Yeah,
I think.
there is also an option on radius, something like that. Oh, but maybe in the cylinder.
No.
Maybe in the cylinder. Yeah.
Cylinder.
How about the block?
radius.
Block one.
This is by block. This is by feet. So for example, cylinder, right? Let me reset everything.
But then you must know the XYZ things, right?
I think you can just point on the map. Let me uncheck this one. If I point this on the map, captured, then I can say 200 feet, fly.
But probably just on the.
In the Z direction, in the Here we can choose layer actually. What is the actual distance actually? 340. Cylinder, I'm not really sure.
On the block one? Block one, second.
Yeah, I think block is better. Block. Okay. Put one. Apply.
But only on the.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think wells is the options now.
I don't think it's very flexible.
So that's why, yeah, ModelDesigner I show you is very flexible. So basically, so this one you have two options. If you want to assign the same modification for few wells, you can go for these options, carve out a well. If you want to create a region for each particular well, you can go for Voronoi. Right? So yeah, basically Voronoi also we have two different types. You can do it 2D or 3-dimensional. So I'm going to show these options. Okay, so go to geometry object. Okay, first sorry, go to create cases, duplicate one, just call it, oh sorry, don't duplicate from duplicate from the main model. Just call it local adjustment. Local adjustment. Okay, go to geometry object. Okay. So I want to get, I mean again I want to see my 3D nicer. I always, this is my default, I always go and hide my grid first. So porosity, right click, adjust size, right? I go to create a filter based on my agnum. Okay. Make sure you get this view.
How come my filter is not?
Sorry?
How come my filter is not active?
Make sure you already check on tick box here.
Yeah, already.
Make sure you already put 1 to 1.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a checkbox here as well.
Yeah. Okay. No, I just need to double click. It doesn't refresh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so right now, before we make local adjustment, we have to choose which well. And first, we create a region. Go to properties. First, instead of clicking create, I prefer to create folder first, so that it's easier for me to organize it. I'm just going to call it anything local. Okay. In the local folder, right click, create. This one it's I call it regions. Okay, regions. So again, under region, open up your hammer. Oh, sorry, before you want to open up your hammer, create a well filter first. We are not going to do it for so many wells. Let's say here we choose 3 wells. So go for well 1, 9, and 42.
1,
1, 9, 42. 1, 9, and 42.
okay.
Okay. So this time go to region and open up your hammer. So since we have the options under auxiliary calculations, we don't have to go to calculator do it manually, no. Okay. Of course, you want to do it by region brush, it's possible, but we go for something more intelligent, which is called the calculate cut by well under auxiliary calculations. So here, take on checkbox well filter, choose well filter 1, which we just created. Radius, let's choose 250.
Okay.
Apply. Okay. So once I have the regions, you should see something like this, right?
Yep.
Okay. So right now we want to modify the perm X, but we also do not want to override what we have in case. So right click, duplicate. So I call it perm horizontal new. Any name you want, name for you. So just for organization purpose, I like to put it under the same folder. Put it in this folder. I just need to put this up here.
Yep.
Can I?
Yep.
Cannot find the well filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yang well filter.
1942.
Select this one, select this region, and then
Can.
apply.
Okay.
Okay.
The next step is whatever perm horizontal new, we are still using the original perm S, right? So over here, click on open up the hammer again. This time we go to calculator. With the filter, cut is region equals to 1. Okay, region means the region that we just created, right? Region equals to 1. If you don't know what is the short form for perm X, you can just double click on the library. Multiply by 8. Okay, double click, multiply by 8. Once you're done, okay, apply. You should be able to see obvious change in your permanently.
Right.
Sao mình được cái horizontal? Okay, well, regions first.
Region? Yeah, good. Okay, click on this one. Hammer.
But this one is first need to duplicate first now. So
Oh, okay. You're not duplicating. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right click, delete.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the formats. Right click, duplicate. Now we
Then change in the edit property data.
Yes, cases.
Okay.
Go to case. Then you go to static, then you change it there.
Yeah.
So you change X and Y.
Yep. And Z by right you can tukar juga lah.
But it's okay lah.
Okay lah.
Yeah.
So click this, then initialize.
Okay.
Save.
Is equal to 1. Equal to 1. Yeah. Okay. Then here is right. And then double click on format. Hold on. Format. Double click. Multiplied by 8.
By 8, yeah.
Okay. Then apply. So only those particular regions where the region equal to you see.
Okay.
Okay. Not a good idea. But it is.
we're ready to run one more piece.
Yeah. So before we run, go to your model composer. Make sure you already update there. You just need to double click on that one. Make sure you update both Y and X to these new properties. Just double click and choose the new one.
So after this, wait lah.
So, satu lagi.
Satu lagi.
Dua lagi, tapi I let you choose one. Not enough time.
Which one?
You can choose either aquifer or LGR.
Aquifer or LGR?
Yeah.
Both are important.
Okay,
Initialize the model and then run first
Plus
class.
it's already almost 12.
Ah, that's fine. How long it takes for both?
For both.
Okay, which one you want to go first?
You go aquifer first lah.
Okay. Okay, then initialize and run the simulation. So same thing, yeah, you should able to see some changes in your field productions. Maybe the difference is very minor compared to the base case, but if you go into particular well, then you just multiply your porosity, your well number 1. Yeah, you will see obvious change in water cut and also productions. Okay, in the meantime, I just want to show one slide on aquifer. Basically, this is something that good thing that user says lah. I mean, some important feedback. It's quite easy to. It's very easy to draw the connections. You can do uncertainty on not just one set of geometry, one set of aquifer settings combination. You can do multiple combinations uncertainties, and both different settings can be combined together in the same model. So this is the test that we have. So how it works here, first we use a polygon to draw the connection, we specify the directions, then this is one con. Then we choose the settings type. You choose what other type it is, what is the settings. Then you can pick and match them under model composer. Yeah.
If you don't have time for the LGR, as usual lah, you do the video lah.
I already have the video actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How many petrol license?
You know.
Cukup ke?
Petrol.
Ya, petrol.
Oh, petrol RE or petrol?
Ada air.
4
4.
Been a while we use petrol.
Try this. Yeah.
Do you think it's
So when is
useful
Enquest
enough?
going to buy? When is Enquest going to buy more license from
For-
TNav?
We'll see next year lah.
Include ND lah.
Don't know lah. Somehow we have to utilize the eclipse as well. So yeah, because the petrol GNG still remain, right? So if you have only one eclipse, that's good enough just for setup and get it run.
Like one eclipse or one. Yeah, it's enough. Right?
One is.
You mean one each for eclipse and.
Yeah, you need to have both, right? So you just
true, yeah.
throw away
Of course.
petal eclipse, petal RE.
Yeah,
At
one
least
extra.
minimum must have one.
We maintain. Yeah.
Hibiscus also doing the same thing.
Mm.
They don't really use Petra RE, but they just get one
Yeah,
just in case.
must have one.
You need one because sometimes people want to benchmark with.
Yeah, yeah,
case.
sure. Okay, yeah. So aquifer. Go to cases, we duplicate another case or from the original one. Dynamic model underscore aquifer.
Okay.
Okay, geometry object, go to 2D. We want to hide the inactive cells. As of this version, 2D and 3D filter is still independent. So you might have to do a bit of repetitive work, which means hiding the agnum.
Actually, the histogram filter is also independent. All the filters are
Yes.
independent, which is
But it's
sometimes
already
good, but sometimes
yeah,
not.
it will be improved lah. I mean next build. Yeah. So right now we want to draw connection first.
Hold on. You have to what? Unfilter.
Yes, we will go to 2D,
Mm-hmm.
make the agnum filter.
Oh, okay, make again. Okay.
Yeah, show agnum 1 only. And also show all your wells. Just how you're on well filter, right? Select all again.
Yeah.
So you should be able to see this plot.
So we're still using the perm XY new,
The properties is here, but if you look at the cases, because we duplicate it from here, right?
Right.
So it's still using O1.
Mm.
Yeah, still using O1.
But then in the visualization, why you still have this?
We can
Yeah.
change it.
No, you can contact.
Oh, okay.
Just change it.
Mm.
Okay, so right now we want to draw which area of the model attached to aquifer. Boleh?
Sorry? We have to
Go
what?
to edit curves.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So just make the point. Make the point. I'm going to draw something like this at the northern area. Make sure it closes the loop so that it attached to the boundary of the grid. Once you close the loop, just give it a name. Any name will do. Poly.
Okay.
So yeah, just to show the flexibility, you can actually hold on the yellow kind of thing. You can just adjust around. If you want to make another point here, you can do
Shift,
that. So yeah, no need to shift. Just hold your left mouse.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
So this is not connection yet. This is still polygon. We want to convert the polygon to the connections.
Mm-hmm.
Go to aquifer geometry. You can see at the bottom here. Right click, create.
Oh, we still have still maintain in this edit curve windows,
The edit curves you can actually close it already.
Okay.
Yeah, you will
Right.
see some like polygon kind of shapes here.
Yeah. Aquifer geometry.
So right click aquifer geometry.
Yeah.
So the only thing you need to change is for right now I'm specifying direction in I and J for both directions.
Mm-hmm.
No K.
Mm-hmm.
This one is important. Use cut. You do not want to attach it to the aquifer 0, right? Sorry, agnum 0, right?
Mm.
So just choose this one. Agnum is not 0. Making more straightforward. Agnum is equals to 1. Okay. Polygon, poly.
So we assign this connection as connection 1 for poly 1. That's what we're doing now.
So that this, the objective of this one is because here it still have
Ah,
cell,
agnum.
right?
Okay.
I don't want to attach outside. I want to attach only the agnum one.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Apply.
Say you have multiple reservoir.
Yes.
Can also.
Can also.
Okay.
I'll show you.
So apply. Polygon, poly 1.
Yeah, apply. So that's how it looks like, right? So let's say I do not want to attach it throughout. Maybe only to certain. First, I need to have a property first. Like how I do for agnum, right?
Mm.
I need to say this part is region 1. Then in the user card, region 1 equals to 1. Then attach that. This one I can just show it to you. calculator, let's say by the depth, alright. The depth is about 1437. Okay. If my my JK x y z z is greater than 1437, then make it 1, otherwise 0. The one the filter z is greater than that, and also num 1. If z is greater than that and num 1, okay. Somewhere deeper. I use K, default. Okay, I don't want to use this. I use K. It's going to be 84. Okay, right now I want to attach aquifer only in this region. So I go back to my aquifer geometry. Instead of using this, I choose property 1. Equals to 1. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So for now, I'm going to stick back to num 1.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, visualizations. Water is black. You can always change it if you want to someone in like the blue colors, so that it look nicer. You can create as many geometry as you want. You want it here. You want it here. As many as you want. Yeah. Okay. Once you have the connections. Next thing is the settings. Okay, you want to tell this connection what kind of setting is it. So right click, create, and any name will do. Okay. So aquifer settings. Okay, we use Veckovich. Okay, I think I have a data sheets here. So we can follow this one. Volume is this much. Compressibility, PI. Okay, you can follow these data sheets. I think the one that I gave to you maybe is not accurate. I make changes now. 1E5, 1E -5 for compressibility. PI equals 1. That reference 4757. Okay, so you can just straight away, once you have inserted the values, you can just close it. Don't have to save. It's automatically saved.
That reference 4757. You automatically save, huh?
Yes.
Just close it.
Yes, just close it. So can come.
Okay.
Okay, then the last thing again goes to your model composer / cases. Go to your aquifer tab. Choose the geometry and choose the settings. So right now we are picking match geometry 1 that uses setting 1. So try to initialize and run it.
Metric structure, what's that?
If you have dual borrow,
okay.
Yeah. If nothing, then just metrics.
So basically, you can repeat the same process and change into different type of aquifer.
Can.
And actually, you can have two aquifer, one with
Veckovic, one is compressibility.
Yeah, just to make sure that it did capture, right? You will see additional tab under your dynamic model. You will see aquifer water inflow. Yeah, it's like a personal kind of QC to make sure that it did really capture the aquifer geometry and settings. Right, so then you can click on run simulations.
Where is it? It's under.
You should able to
dynamic.
see that under dynamic model, calculated aquifer water inflow. So right now I'm going to go into graph sections.
Okay. Tak ada different
Got a difference. Yeah, because I think actually I messed up a bit on this data. But anyway, that's the workflow now.
Okay.
Because this model injector also so maybe not a good model. Some of the injector may be shut because of the high pressure from the aquifer. Yeah, so negative breaks. Okay, done, right?
Done?
Yeah, done, right? Yeah. For this one is not a good settings because no changes.
Yeah, because it's water injection,
Yeah.
I think.
A lot of injectors also
Yeah.
in the model.
Yeah.
So your pressure response is not.
Yes. So the last thing, okay, we got time to cover LGR also.
Cool.
LGR is not just single steps, it's a few steps actually.
Okay.
Basically, there's a few advanced options in LGR. You can do it by well, which we are going to do this one. So we have something like this so that it can reduce the runtime by dribbling just on the perforation interval.
Okay.
So this is something that we done
Because
with
really at this SGR is like similar to Eclipse SGR lah.
sama je.
So
Everything
basically
the
dia
same.
pakai properties yang sama. Just
je.
break into.
Yeah, caffeine and fin, everything the
Okay.
same. Yes. But the difference is the way that we model it lah. Because in this one is like the user they do it in other preprocessor. This the problem that they have is because they have this crook kind of distributions. Even if they do LGR from here to here, you can see it will still go to the parent cell. So if you do TNav in ModelDesigner, you can actually see the distribution immediately go into the local cells.
Okay.
Yeah. So create another case from
That one
this
can
case.
be easily adjusted, right? I think that one using the equal item 9, I think.
Duplicate. Just call it LGR.
Yeah, we're gonna equal to
Okay. So let's not do that for all the wells. I'm going to choose only 2 wells. Go to well filter. Choose well 2 and let's say 30. 2 and 30.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So right now, main grid. Okay, this one a lot of people confuse. I mean, when I want to create LGR, whether I should click hammer on here or here. So just remember, whenever we want to make structural change, is
Grid,
here. Yeah. Property change is here. So here, click on hammer, or I prefer to do show calculations. So we have quite a number of options. So go for create LGRs by wells.
Okay.
Click on
Sure.
click on the well filter, choose well filter 1.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum indent from well means how many cells away from the well itself.
Okay.
Let's choose 3.
Mm-hmm.
NX, NY, fin, stick to 3.
Maximum box size, what does it mean?
Maximum box size. This one is like not really sure because nobody uses it actually.
Okay.
You know what's that? I'm not really sure what's that.
So this
There is
one.
a definition for that, but nobody uses that.
So the NX pin, so one cell divided to
Yeah.
333 lah.
So NZ I prefer to do it only one because
yeah.
the layer is very fine enough.
Okay.
So okay, apply. You should able to see a blue and red because it create another property for us called LGR index.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go and grid section, we want to see the grid lines. That's my LGR. So you should be able to see all my properties. It will distribute accordingly into my local cells. Okay. The workflow for LGR is that way, but remember when we are doing it at the well level, right? It affects our COMDAT, right? So that's why. And this model that we just imported, okay, this model that we just imported is COMDAT. So by creating LGR, it doesn't have the intelligence to convert to COMDAT L. No.
Sure.
So there is an advantage to use COMDAT MD.
Okay.
So what we need to do is we remove the COMDAT, we introduce the COMDAT MD.
Okay.
Okay, then we update in strategies. So a lot of people confused with this part,
Okay.
right? So if your model is COMDAT MD, okay, everything is straightforward. Okay, right now, okay, done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go to your, no. So right now we want to create a perforation for the new one. So go to well sections. Since I don't have spreadsheet data, right? I check on these 2 wells. I check on my porosity as my guidance on where to perf. But my poro is at bottom. I can actually do alignment by lockdown.
Sorry?
I can do alignment by lockdown. This button.
Lockbound.
Or you can do it by
Okay.
first track. I prefer the first track actually. Go for first track so that I know my depth they are 1 to 1.
Okay.
Okay. In the well section, you can actually see the distance between them. It is 583 meters because this project is symmetric.
Sure.
So again, turn on the well structure table. Create a different track. Okay. Like how we do it just now, we open up your well structure addition tool
Okay.
all the way to your right hand side. So draw your casing, tubing, perforation. Even though casing, tubing, they are not captured in the calculation, right? You still have to add it as a SOP. So casing, I'm not going to change any dimensions, but tubing, I changed the outer diameter to 1, inside diameter to 0.8. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I just perforation also. Perforation, remember to change this one to 1. We already advised the developer to make the default to 1, so that we all don't have to like purposely modify this up, because a lot of people actually come back and say forgot why my perf doesn't have. So just draw a perf like this. Make sure you set multiply to 1. Now we do the same thing for the well number 30.
Okay. So just click the well lah.
Yeah. You don't have to re-edit the setting actually. You can just, because everything is already captured. So like this, add a packer. Yeah.
Okay, done.
Okay, just click on the save button.
But why my perf in second well have this red outer lines? The perf.
Because you click on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's error ke no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to QC this with the grid layer, also you can right click and see the grid scale. Then you can use your scroll button to zoom in to see, okay,
The connection
all
number.
those they are LGR cells already.
So
You can hold on the track to move up and down. So yeah, the next steps, go to your wells data. Just to QC. Alright, you have your well structure now. Whatever you created is updated here.
okay.
Okay. Go to strategies. We want to update our well structure.
Yep.
So expand your global rules, your well structure. Select for all wells. Basically, any wells is detected from this table, it will be updated.
Okay.
So what actually happened, once I click on this one, I go to schedule, you will able to see. Okay, right now I'm a well filter, right? Okay. I have com. Just a second, let me see. I should have com.md.
Save first.
Okay. Because of the date. Okay, the date. Because right now I'm at the last time step. The date. So what I can do, I highlight all this. Supposingly I should move my slider first, then only I draw it, right? But right now I make a mistake, so I can easily change that by going into, just change it to the first time step. Wait, let me see, the first time step is 15 May 2007. So you can just put 2007, 15 May.
2007 eh?
Yeah, 15 May 2007. Just like this.
Okay. Strategies. All wells.
Trajectory as well, all wells.
Okay, now okay.
So if you go to schedule, you should be able to see well track and com.md. The last thing we need to do before we initialize is to remove this one. Nanti dia gaduhkan.
Yeah, override.
Yeah, we don't want overwriting happen.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, if they're preset at the same time step, it will still read this one, but just in case, just remove this one.
Remove the com dot, well spec, and com dot.
But yeah, we don't remove it here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we want to remove the com dot. This is 15 May 2007. Go to strategies. Open up 15 May 2007, which is the first time step. Just remove this line. Right click, remove keywords. Only remove the com dot, don't remove the rest. Okay. You go back to schedule again, you see, okay, it's gone. Now we do that for the well number 30. Okay. 7 August 2007. 7 August 2007. Okay, remove the com dot. And QC and schedule. Alright, okay.
So remove the com dot, ah?
Yeah.
Tak boleh remove ah? Strategy, schedule.
You remove under strategies. Strategies, open up the time step.
Okay.
User keyword, then you remove that.
Tak ada. Why?
See? Schedule again. Ni dalam 7/8/2007. I don't know, according to your computer, what is that? Monday or day month?
This one is
Day month.
Day month.
So day month. It should be 7 August. Strategies. Ya, terbalik bawah sekali. 7. Ya, atas. Ya, this one. Expand it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come that. Yeah. It's a bit complicated.
Yeah.
We have to create the whole structure.
Because you're importing comdat, right? That is, if it's comdat MD, then it's very straightforward.
Okay. Then initialize.
Done. Alright, then yes. Go back to cases. There is nothing we need to update here.
The schedule, nothing to update, huh?
Yeah, nothing to update. Just in case, just auto fill it because we changed the structure a little bit, right? Then initialize. Everything good, then run simulations. Yeah, just want to show, you see the saturations, it goes into local cells now. You can see some nice transitions of the saturations. Graphs. Yeah, there's some changes, especially if you look at the well that we just created LGR well number 2. Yeah, by having LGR, the rate increased.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, basically that's all.
Done.
Yes, done. Right, that's all. We are quite fast. Huh?